The simplest of weapons, acts of defiance against Venezuela's police and its president. More unrest on the streets of Caracas. Crowds once again have marched through the city, demanding an end to the government of President Nicolas Maduro, a government they blame for Venezuela's economic crisis and the deaths of more than a dozen people killed during 3 weeks of demonstrations.
The people lost access to medicine, lost access to food, and feel that this is the final moment. The response of the government was excessively brutal. The response that you have today in the street, after weeks and weeks of repression, means people will continue marching.
On Venezuela's western border with Colombia, people also took to the streets. Many, like the crowds in Caracas, carrying religious icons. Prices in Venezuela have soared over 700% in the 12 months to February. Many basic necessities are hard to find. Socialist President Maduro blames capitalism for driving up prices, but critics say that's wrong.
The opportunity for dialogue is over. The government has to leave. They have to listen to the people. The people don't want any more communism or revolution or any of this that has brought us so much suffering. We will have general elections.
Some are determined their protests should be peaceful. For others, the frustration is too great. Venezuelans continue to defy the police and their president.
Andreina Pereira tries to come to Colombia from over the border in Venezuela every few weeks to buy basic products. She travels for 13 hours to buy some food and diapers for her child.
Horrible, malísima. The situation is horrible. We can't find what we need, and if we do, we can't afford it. We have to wait in line for hours, and then when they run out, you wasted the whole day. We can't even eat like we used to.
She's not carrying much money, around $20 to buy what she needs for the days to come. In Venezuela these days, there are shortages of almost everything. The government cannot pay to import goods because it's strapped for cash after a drop in oil prices and heavy government spending.
What's happening on this bridge is an example of the enormous economic crisis in Venezuela right now, with thousands of people coming from Venezuela to Colombia to buy diapers, food and medicine. They claim that this is the only way they have to cover some of their basic needs.
Those coming here need to get a good exchange rate. On that will depend how much they can take back. Orlando Churon claims he's changing money to try to get medicines for his wife.
My wife has cancer. I come from Valencia and there are no medicines for cancer there. This is chaos. We are desperate and there's a lot of people like me.
For weeks, Venezuelans have been taking to the streets to demand elections and respect for Venezuelans' institutions after the government stripped the opposition-controlled Congress of its last powers. Even though the decision was reversed, many in the country say they have had enough. The Venezuelan government says the protests are organized by the extreme right, who is trying to destroy Hugo Chávez's socialist revolution. On Saturday, Nicolás Maduro published this video, where he said he's getting ready for the victories to come. Many believe the government may be considering to call for long-delayed local elections.
We are working so that the dialogue with the Vatican continues with the international community to control the violence from mercenary groups hired to create chaos, criminal gangs that want to practice terrorism. In Venezuela, there is peace.
Most of those coming here have lost faith in the government's ability to improve their lives. In the meantime, they claim, they have to keep on going and trying to take back as much as they can.